Good evening, everybody. It's our normal Wednesday night, slightly later than planned because I have all these usual technical things to try and set up and what have you. Tonight, it's all about direct vision standards, and do you know what? I've absolutely found as much information as probably as you guys have as well, because there isn't a lot of information out there, and I'm sure that you'll agree. And please comment as well, because I always like to hear what information have you found about DVS out there, because I'll be honest with you, I haven't found a great deal at all, and I've done a lot of research. So let's just have a look at some questions. First of all, here we go. So what is the recommended IP rating for an outside camera? There's question number 1 for you. So feel free, let's have a look at, let's have these on comments, and let's please, let me know what you think and everything, what your view is. And the next one is, do we need to install a camera at the rear for DVS? This is for DVS, mind, not for 4s. So do we need to install a camera at the rear for DVS? That's the direct vision standards. And finally, do we need to install DVR? So do we also need to install recording hardware for DVS? That's another question as well. Little thank you to Peter Houghton. He's helped me out with a bit of information. Although, like I say, there is not a great deal of information. There's plenty of information for the actual, should we say, for the people that are having it fitted. But there's no actual sort of, and please correct me if I'm wrong, are you agreeing with this? Are you agreeing with what I'm saying? Is there information out there about what type of things and what type of kit are we should be installing for this standard, so to speak? It's an introduction to DVS. Where does this affect us as far as the country? When is it happening? And then kind of the sort of things that we should be fitting in terms of the standards. By the way, also, we will be revisiting this next week as I find more information out for it. Because the key thing is, this isn't out there now, and I know that a lot of you guys are fitting stuff for it, but it isn't live yet. So we'll talk about that in a minute, though. So here's the area that DVS covers. DVS covers the central part of London. It's an initiative by Transport for London. Incidentally, it's alongside FORS, the Fleet Operators Recognition Scheme, which is a voluntary. So DVS is mandatory, FORS is voluntary, and they are both initiatives from TfL, from Transport for London. When? Well, enforcement to start in 2021. So it was going to be October this year, but because of the COVID situation, it's now being introduced from the 1st of March 2021 at the earliest. But the start date will be confirmed by October 2020, and that will be published on the TfL website. I've just taken that as an excerpt from the TfL website, okay? So that's when we need to start worrying, so to speak. And what does it affect us as far as we're concerned? Well, as you can see, we're looking at the installation of the cameras and the installations of the proximity sensors, as you can see on the screen there. So you've got close proximity sensors and you've got blind spot cameras. And then you've also got the audible alert for when the vehicle turns left. So those are the 3 things that we're fitting as far as the standard is concerned. Now, these are the questions that I'm going to try and get answers for next week, because from what I can gather, it's all very, very, very vague. So what warranties are we providing? Bear in mind, this permit system is lasting 3 years. So once they sign up for the permit, how long are we supposed to warranty this kit for? Are we talking about warrantying it until 2024 when the next permit is signed off for? What IP ratings kit should we provide? Are we providing the record? What what do you guys think about this? What IP ratings should we be using for cameras? Leave comments. Okay. How loud should the speaker be for the vehicle turning left? I couldn't find any dB levels for that. And then again, do we need DVR? Well, it seems to be sold as a package that DVR becomes part of it. But from what I can gather, there's no DVR required for DVS. It's there as an option. It's just something that it's a nice to have rather than something that's obligatory. And as I say, that is just my starter for 10, to be honest with you. And I think that, I think possibly I've opened a pile of worms up here for myself, because really no one seems to know, and I've trawled through the DVS website, I've trawled through the Force website, because the one thing that they have said as part of the DVS is that either it has to align up to, a lot of people mention Silver Award. Yeah, it's for visual only, Stuart. Yeah, this direct vision scheme is supposed to line up with the silver band on the Force scheme. So they haven't really left a lot of information for us as installers, I don't think, and really for the customer as far as what they need to buy as well. So it's going to be interesting times, that's all I can say. I mean, if you guys have got any information, please leave your comments. It'd be great to have your comments about this, because as I say, it's something, it's a bit of a burning issue on this sort of thing, and I'd be really keen to find out. Please drop me a message if you've got any more information. The only thing I've found in terms of specifications is this document here. So this is the Fleet Operator Recognition Scheme Vehicle Safety Equipment Guide. Okay, if you want a copy of that, but this seems to be the only document out there, and it's not available for download. I've had a look on the Force website. When you click on it, it actually goes to a blank page. And I will be in touch with Force tomorrow. But it does give you, it's quite good because it gives you all the IP ratings and what have you. Because, like I say, there doesn't seem to be any information about. Yeah, this seems to be the only document out there that seems to have got any guidance for us in terms of what we should be fitting, in terms of whether it's a HD camera, whether it's an IP rated camera, are we fitting DVRs and what have you. So, and really that's about it. Have you got any questions at that point? Has anyone got any questions? It'd be great to have some questions here, because I ran to a brick wall in terms of getting any information. We're very sort of blinkered about this at all, and we don't no one seems to know that the actual specification that they're trying to direct us to. There was a mention of UN's ECE Regulation 46, but that was all about vision and how you can see stuff and how you're not to see stuff, and there was no mention of warranties, and there's no mention of like what type of camera that you should be fitting and what type of screen you should be fitting, and even for that matter where it should be fitted in the vehicle. Really, really vague as far as I can see. Any questions at that point, guys, girls, snowflakes? Any others? Well, that's a bit of a short one this week, but I will be going over this next week, so please. Right, where does it say about DVS? Well, if you Google, actually, we'll do some questions here, We'll do some questions. Now, let's just go back. Right, so Stu says, where does it say about DVS so we can refer customers to? Basically, if you Google Direct Vision Standard, and I will leave the comment on there. If you Google Direct Vision Standard, and I will bring up the page for you. Yes, Good question. How does the TM prove the kit is fit for purpose? That's it. That's the question that I'd like to ask as well. How did TfL confirm that it's done the job? You know, can quite easily just get an invoice for someone to say yes, it's okay. Are there going to be any inspections and stuff? I'm not sure. And how do they prove that there's been any inspections as well? So yeah, these are all questions that I will try and find out. I can't, you know, I'll do my best because these are the sorts of these are the sorts of challenges I like to do. I will send over a copy of that, Stu. Let me just go back some other questions. Oh, here's an interesting Peter, yeah, any louder than 92 dBs and you may get in the courts with burst eardrums on cyclists. So that's about as loud as you can go, 90 dBs. This is my brother. Will this affect my truck going into London? If it's a pickup truck, I don't think it will. But it's basically any trucks that are quite high and stuff. So if it's high, Liam, then so it's anywhere where there's a blind spot on the side of it. Basically, that's what. But give me a shout. I'll give you some information. Yeah, thanks, Stu. Loads of answers from you. In terms of DVRs, no DVRs required. Only warning signage required at the rear of the vehicle. That's right, Nick. For DVS, only warning signs. However, that's different for fours. On fours, you do actually require a camera on a rigid vehicle up to now. Yes, there you go. 7.5 ton, Liam. So if it's 7.5 ton, Stuart reckons he believes it's 7.5 ton. So if it is over that, then yeah. Let's just have a look and see if there's any other questions. No. Not sure about that one. Oh, LCV. Do you need side scan in the LCV of London? A good question, Pete, that I need to. Exactly, I know what he meant. He meant LCV. That's a really good question that I will try and work out. I'll try and find out for you. And once we find out, I'll let you know. And it will be. I'll put it on my Facebook page. So all the information for this will all go on my Facebook page. I'll also put a copy of that document for anyone in the comments, so you'll be able to pick it up out the comments afterwards. Okay. Any other questions at that point? Because I'm dying for me tea. Carbonara tonight. I wish I was having chicken pie, like some people are. I'll say just that. I'll just say it's anything over. Oh, there you go, Mick. Actually, Mick's answered the question. It's anything over 12 ton. So there you go, Liam. If it's over 12 ton, then it needs it. So I reckon it's the rigids. I wouldn't have thought it'd be the 7.5 tonners. So anything over 12 ton, anything that's a bit big and high off the ground, I would say that's what needs the lost for words. That's what needs that's what follows the guidelines of this DVS, this direct vision standards. Okay. Probably just thinking about me food and eating dinner. That's probably what it is. Sorry about that, folks. Right. Anything else? Any comments? Please leave some comments about what you think of this. It'd be great to hear what you think. And we'll see you next week. As I say, next week it will be, if I can push the button, maybe we take the mystery out of this DVS malarkey. You might be lucky. We might not be. But thanks very much for watching. Please leave comments. See you then. Bye.